People, this video was about making things clear when you're with a lady. Making it clear. If she doesn't decide, then it's bye-bye. Making it clear your intentions and everything that you're looking to do. Let me paint this picture. For example, you're with a lady. You've met her. You've already got everything decently progressively going, right? So you're now at a stage where you're making it clear of the sort of ways you're looking to move. You're looking to, for example, do things in ways where it's clear, actions are looking to be showed, and everything that you'll want to do, you're ready to do it because you're that kind of person, right? Your outside game or your outside looking to be outside is starting to dwindle, or you're starting to be open to somebody, like I say, this person, and you're looking to do maybe, be open to see what she's about because, you've had a conversation and things are looking decent. So when you're in the moment and in the processes and in the conversation aspects of things, you've got to make sure that you're not at any moment trying to use any tactics. In my humble opinion, don't use any tactics that are trying to get her to decide. You should be established in your ways, in your attitudes. And this is for the upstanding guy. This is for the upstanding individual who wants to do things the right way, who wants to make it clear on their intentions, right? But once you do that and you make it clear exactly what you're looking to do, exactly the places you're looking to go in life, or even when it comes to the start of where you want to take her, if you are looking to do that, and you've vetted this person that you're looking to take, every time there's any kind of interaction, she has to make decisions based on what you've said. There should be no kind of chase in any shape or form. It's important. It's important because you will then be able to know exactly where she stands without you having to play a kind of character to an extent, which in my opinion has been going on for most men for years. Not just in this new era, not just presently, for years. So decades past, people, you can call them from boomer age groups to, Gen Z, whatever, right? It's been something that's been going on for years. And I think that has sometimes nullified relationships where one is having to show a bit more than the other. And things sometimes, filter out and pitter out because of the fact that you've got one person who's always tried to put on something for another person's validation. So it's important once you're with somebody to do the sort of process that should just be a seamless one. Converse, find out things, making clear that every person is on the same sort of page. And once you realize that she's going for what you're saying, she's going for the actions that you should be showing, there should be nothing else that you should do in terms of any kind of acting or trying to push and prod and chase and apply pressure. All the stuff that we've heard over the years that come mainly from women. These are things that are not necessary, especially when you've made things clear, your intentions clear. Whatever you're looking to do, that person has to decide, are they clear and are they cool with what you've proposed? There should be no chase. If you want to go out on a certain day, this is the day you pick. If you've got something to do, an activity, make sure you hook it up. If she has decided to go, go. If she's not, there should be no kind of persuasion or attempts to now try and pull out stuff out the bag and say, okay, so when can I do this? When can I do that? No, it should be clear. This is the time, day suitable for you. If she's on it, make it clear. If she has a day that she can't do, fine. Say, yeah, okay, I can do a day that is accommodating to me and you. Okay, let's reconvene. But it should never be at the expense of you now chasing feedback, chasing any kind of answer. It should always be based in her court. Let her decide. If she doesn't decide, then it's bye-bye. That's how it should be. Because you need to be at the center, in my humble opinion, of making sure that things are in control from both parties. You've set your stall out. You've set out exactly your intentions, and let her make her decision. Never be at a point where you are chasing a form or validation based on you playing a character, you trying to chase based on what you think she may want. It should always be based on what you know from a good moral standpoint and what you are looking for. If you're looking for a relationship, make it clear. If you're looking for something that, and I'm not here to promote that, something that is not, and you know what it is, and it's not what it should be, still make it clear, because you're still giving that person the autonomy to make their decisions with no kind of coercion or any kind of quote unquote persuasion in ways that you know may not be the best, right? So I would never advocate for any person to be out here, spewing all that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and you're not actually living up to something, right? It should be important that you always maintain the realness of you, And again, this is only for the men who are at that point in life where they've done work on themselves and they're clear. They're cool and clear in what they want. They're cool and clear in what they want. They've done what's required, so they know exactly the ways that they want to try and get things going. So I thought of this because we hear the conversations online about the men, women, female, nature, all this stuff. All that matters, in my humble opinion, regardless of what's going on out there, is to be able to be clear and be honest and then let people decide. That is the best. For example, I can only imagine, right? If you had a business idea and you went to an investor, or you're looking to different multiple investors to try and invest in your business, you've got your numbers right, you've got your business plan, you've got everything written down, you've got all the numbers that are quantifiable that you can say, okay, within this sort of time, I envision this happening, I envision that happening, I envision this happening, and you can account for everything. You go and propose your business to an investor. The investor looks at it, makes their assessment on it. You've said what you've said. You've said, and I'm sure you will plan, you've said the best thing, you've led with the right intentions, hopefully, and you've stated your case. It's up to now the investor to make the assessment. It's not for you to, in a way, beg or plead or I can do this to try and gain investment in you or investment in the business. It's all about making sure that you're solid in where you're looking to go. You're solid in your offer, and you make it clear and let that person decide. And if they don't, you move on to another. That's how it should be. It should never be any kind of forcing, any kind of, I would say, a stressed position, because it can lead to that. It can lead to a stressed position where you're there thinking, oh, I'm trying to make this person, quote unquote, happy. I'm trying to make this person, quote unquote, rock with me. And they're just not rocking with you because it's not applicable to them. But sometimes as guys, we want to try and solve a problem or solve what we think is a problem and make it clear that we are the guys to, come and do what we've got to do for you. But it's important to know that people have autonomy to make their decisions based on their own assessments. That's how you vet. When you are being exactly who you are, making your intentions known, and then waiting for that person to show their actions based on what you've done and said. And if that person allows you to show your actions that you want to show, then yeah, you start taking even more steps to get to, cement something, maybe a potential relationship. But it's important, and I've realized this, that you have to get to a point where you're just literally being who you have to be, staying clear, and even being open to any kind of compromise that is within reason, being clear on your square and being clear on why and what you're looking to do with, a particular person. And in this case, some of these women out here. So a lot of people are disillusioned with the dating game or just trying to find somebody that is appropriate. But the way to mitigate issues is to be who you are. Get yourself to a point where you're confident in your abilities, you're confident in what you're looking to do, and you've planned things of, okay, if I was to have a child or a family, this is what I will do. You've already got your ideas on things. You've already got your notions of, okay, these are the sort of things I will need from a woman. These are the things I will need to bring as well as a man. These are the sort of roles I would want us to both play, you know, and you can all articulate that to the woman. And if she is not down with that, or if she has something that is not in tandem with where you're looking to go, then that's where it should be a bye-bye. It's all good, girl, but I gotta go. It was nice, speaking to you, but I gotta go. That's how it should be. No kind of forcing, but this, maybe I can change this. No, if she's looking to change something that is good for her and conducive for her, then fine. But if she's doing it based on trying to just fit in with you, I don't think that's a good thing, because how long would that potential process last? So you've got to look at these things. And as a guy, the way things are today, it's important that you stay clear and concise on your sort of ideology in life, because there's a lot of things out there outside in the world that is trying to manipulate and change and alter the mentality and the general sort of way men are, good men are. And it's important that you don't lose sight on being able to always be clear and make the lady decide. So it's important, because I can even remember a time many years ago, when I was speaking to a lady. I managed to get her information, whatever. I saw her at one environment, let me just put it this way. And I thought to myself, initially it didn't start out that way, where I was thinking of doing or trying to investigate this person. But I thought, after a while of having, information, I thought, let me see. Just, off the cuff, let me see. And I was, true with my intentions, right? But sometimes when somebody is open to your advances, but they want a chase, right? They want it a lot of the time because they want it for their comfort level. So they want it for their form of peace of mind. A lot of ladies, in my humble opinion, want a chase. So in their eyes, they feel that the guy is really on it, right? Now, people who chase out there and they're happy doing that, good luck to them. I'm never going to advocate for that, right? But speaking to her, and I could tell a chase was wanted. There was interest, but there was a chase that was wanted. And I was like, no, I can't do this, because I know the sort of, I would say, issues that can take place with that. I know I will be now, in a way, fighting, quote unquote, for this kind of validation, fighting for myself to be seen in a light, when it should just be allowed naturally, if she decides, based on my approach and what I've shown, up to a certain point. So it's important, to see these things and nip it in the bud. People may say, oh, but maybe she wasn't feeling it like that. No. On this occasion, this one was very clear in terms of the intention of being open to me, but it was one of those ones where, for their comfort level and based on their history in the dating environment where things didn't go well for them, they felt that they needed that kind of chase. And I think it's important, and this is for the women now, it's important that if you have any kind of drawbacks or fears of anything, make that clear. Being quote unquote vulnerable is not an issue, because of the fact that you'll be able to know exactly what you want to do or what you should do based on what he's doing, So when I, uncovered that kind of way of how she was coming across, which was a bit, like I say, wanting to chase, a bit apprehensive, but open, because she wasn't clear in her communication with me on probably her feeling, a little bit apprehensive, I had to stop, because I was not in the business of trying to investigate, which in turn would then turn into potentially a long-winded sort of process, which I thought, and I think, does not need to take place when two adults meet and, are having some conversations. If there's anything, lay it on the table. My past was this, or my past was that. So this is why I'm acting this way. But a lot of the time, people either are not as honest, because they want to put on a front to to have one up in a way. And there's a lot of games being played on both sides. But for the men in this conversation, it's important that you realize it when you see it from a woman. Once that took place, I had to pull back. And yeah, I had to stop the potential, process that I was open to start. So it's important. It's important. You will be able to know more once she decides. You will be able to understand where you stand. And then obviously you'll be far more clearer in how you move. Now, once you approach this in this kind of way, there will be chances and there will be moments where you're going to lose some potential options. But are you willing to be one of those guys that know what you can do? And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Do you still know that, okay, I can lose one or two who weren't up to it, but I can still do what I need to do? If you've got that kind of confidence in you, then you should be fine. And you should be having that once you work on oneself, So getting to the point where you're clear, concise, and allowing that person, the lady, to make her assessment, that's key. Because if she doesn't, then it's bye-bye. If she doesn't say, I'm open to all the processes that you're trying to put in place for the betterment of the both of you, yeah, you're going to have to let her go and live her life and, find another willing participant mainly, hopefully, So it'll be interesting to find out what people think. Please like the video, share the video. And what do you think when it comes down to how you have to move when it comes to, vetting a lady?